Hey guys, welcome to another night of So Much Talent's June Sewalong. If you're tuning in, well, actually, I only have it set up for YouTube, so you should only be tuning in from YouTube. Whew, finally made it here, y'all. Finally made it. So listen, we are going to hopefully, I promised you all that we were going to get into some sewing. And so hopefully we're going to do just that. But I got a little secret. I still ain't cut my top off yet. I still haven't cut it out yet. Man, when I tell you so many interruptions and stuff just keep getting in the way, listen, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm here and I'm going to get this done. And but you all are going to watch me while I cut this out. It's going to be quick. So for those of you that are just watching, my name is Alethea. I'm the creator and founder of So Much Talent. And we like to share our creative makes. I like to spotlight other sewers and crafters in the in this whole sewing blogosphere, but we learn, we teach, we just have fun. So this is June's Sew Along Challenge. We are actually sewing along to Lynn Brannelly KnowMe pattern, ME 2069. And this is a month-long challenge. So this is technically not I'm not teaching you how to sew this pattern. She actually has a sew along for this pattern. And if you have the pattern, you can actually click on the little barcode there and it'll take you directly to her sew along. So, but we're here as a sewing family, So Much Talent sewing family, anybody else who wants to join in, and we're going to sew along to this pattern. If you have any questions, you get stuck on something, that's what we're here for, to help us get along through this pattern. This pattern has been sewn many times in the sewing community, so there's lots of references, lots of different versions of this. You can reference also patternreview.com to see the pattern. Let's see. Let me see if I can access the comments. Oh, there we go. Hey, Jacqueline. All right, awesome. Hey D, what's happening? Hey Wanda, good evening. Y'all listen, I gotta take a breather. I feel like I've been on this little roller coaster ride, this hamster wheel, just moving, moving, moving. So as a matter of fact, D, you've actually sewn this. And so if you're not following Patterns by D, D is amazing. So make sure you are following her. And she actually has, I'm sure she has a YouTube link to her version of this pattern. Like I said, there's been so many that's made this pattern. And trying to find my student that you can reference. So I'm going to try to get through this really quick, the cutting of this, so I can actually start sewing. I don't have my second camera tuned to me. Hey, Miss Gwen. I don't have my second camera tuned to me. I actually had it facing my sewing machine. So hopefully I can get through this really quick so we can start sewing. How many of you have already started sewing it? Yeah. There's a lot of pieces to this pattern. It's 16 pieces. But it's 16 pieces because there's it's this top is in segments. Like there's a center front, there's a middle front, there's side fronts, and then there's the sides. Let me say that again. There's the center front, then there's the front, and then there's the side fronts, and the same for the back. You have the center back, you have the back, and then you have the side backs. So that's what, 3 pieces in the front, 3 pieces in the back. You have the sleeve, you have the collar, you have the upper pocket. There's actually a band, a hem band that goes along the bottom. And then you have a cuff on the sleeve. There's actually a what do you call it? A yoke, a back yoke. This is the KnowMe 2069 Lynn's pattern. So that's KnowMe 2069. And y'all, okay, so let me explain something. Okay, so y'all know I started off. Okay. My plan was, let me grab the fabric, was to do the Ankara top. Because I'm gonna tell you why I have stuck with the solid. Hang on. Okay. All right. So the reason I decided against the solid, the Ankara right about now, is so you see it has a big print to it. If that's Lynn's pattern, KnowMe, yes, I've sewn that pattern. I love that pattern, so easy. So yeah, I seen yours and you did good. I love your version of it as well. Um, but you see how my Ankara piece has the big bold print and the repeat on it is big. And so I would need to actually pattern match this up in order for it to look right because the pattern has so many seams. And so that's the thing that you want to look for when you are using prints. You want to look for the repeat. You want to see if it's easy to match up. If you are going to match up, you want to make sure that you have extra. Now there is 6 yards in this, but I did plan on using, just some up at the top, and I may have done the pants or shorts later or a skirt. But you do want to make sure that you have enough fabric to match up and to repeat, to match up the repeat. And the repeat is a pattern in the fabric that continues on. So you might have, let me see if I can show it in this one. Thank you, Dee. So, all right, so this is a repeat. All right, so from here, this pattern here, and then it repeats. Yeah, I have to get this whole thing together with this camera. All right, so this is the pattern right here, and then it repeats again here. So that repeat, generally the rule of thumb is however many pieces that you have to repeat or that you're trying to match up is generally how much more yardage or how many more repeats, if that makes sense, that you want to do. Say like this repeat is, where's my tape measure? Okay, here's my yardstick. All right, so this repeat, no, don't fly off the table. Okay, so actually that's not the repeat. I'm gonna tell you why. That's actually not the repeat because the pattern is different. Okay, so in the camera I'm looking at, it looks like it's even, but this pattern is right over here, and this goes in a little bit, and then there's another one that's even more different than that. But this down here is actually where that print starts all over again. Okay, so that repeat is actually, it looks like it could be almost about a yard. So from the end of this one to the beginning of the next repeat is about 24 inches. So that's 2/3. Yeah, 2/3. So if you were going to use this fabric, you switch your fabric to a tan twill. Okay. So I'm not the only one. I don't feel so bad. I was like, you know what? That's too much matching up. So this is a big repeat. Some repeats can be as little as like 9 inches. Some repeats can be as little as maybe 4.5 inches. But this is a huge repeat. So if I was trying to match up like this piece right here, this is the back piece. Okay. So if I needed to match that back piece up and match the sides along with it, I need to make sure that I'm working within the same body of fabric or the same body of repeat, if that makes sense. And so this particular piece right here is 24 inches in length. So in order for me to make sure that all back pieces, like the center back, the side back, the center back, the back, and the side back, In order for me to make sure that I can match up each of those pieces together, I need to make sure that I have enough yardage for this. So in essence, so like for the front pieces, I need, there's actually, this fabric is like 45, maybe, I don't know how wide this fabric is. Let's see how wide this is. But see, it's going to have to be cut on the fold. So basically, for the number of pieces that I need to have that much number of repeats. So I need to have at least 1, 2, 3 repeats. Well, really not that much more because I can get the front, the side front, and the back side. I mean, the back, the center back, the back, and the side back out of probably this one piece. Maybe not, maybe 2 of the pieces. And when you have a pattern like this, it's called a nap. So you can't like switch fabrics, switch the pattern piece upside down or sideways because you're trying to match these patterns. So match the patterns with the next piece. So you can't flip it. So that's pretty much a nap. A nap is like a one-way design, or it could be a fabric that has a furry pile like a velvet, or well, velvet doesn't have furry pile, but it's a one-way design. Or the sequins that's brushed one way and then it looks something different when you brush it another way. Or what's another one? Faux fur. You know, faux fur, you brush it one way is one. If it looks one way, then you brush it up, it's a little furry. So that's what a nap is. You can only use the design one way. So this is why I went all that long way to say this is why I didn't use this fabric, because I don't want to use all of this just for the top. Okay. And it would take me much more time just to try to match up the repeats. All right. So looking at this, because this fabric is only, I think this fabric is only 45 inches wide. Let me see. Actually, it's only about 44, almost 44 inches wide. So that third piece, that, say, like I can match maybe the center, the middle back, and the side back. But that third piece, I would need more yardage in order to make sure I match up the prints. That's if I'm concerned about matching up. Now, if you're not concerned about matching it up and you're just sewing willy-nilly, then it's not going to even matter. But I would need another repeat. I would need another 24 inches just to get that third piece out. So it's probably going to be the same way with the front. I can get the center front and I can get the middle front and the front, but then I would need another 24 inches to make sure that I match up that third piece. So that means I need an additional two third yards or two 24-inch pieces. So in essence, that's a yard and a third. All right. So that's a whole nother yard and a third that I need to make sure that I match up these pieces. So I hope that helps somebody. Gwen says, I tried to match my checker fabric for a shirt. Nope, disaster. It was so wearable muslin. Yeah. So you have to be really careful, even with the plaids, even though the plaids are really small, you have to really make sure that you're matching those up. Sometimes you have to lay the fabric out singly, in a single fashion, in a single layer, and then cut each piece out one at a time in order to make sure that you get it straight. But with this solid right here, because of the time that I have, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this. I love the idea of that Ankara, the Ankara top. The fabric would have been perfect, but this is good too. This is a woven and it's a medium weight fabric, and I think it's going to work perfect for that design. So I'm not at all disappointed or upset about that. So I just want to make sure I make it do what it did. All right, and get me a top, a Lynn Brannelly KnowMe top. Give me a second, y'all. Let me move some stuff around here, and some of my pieces flew off the table. And I got to make sure that I get them All right. So, Gwen, did you decide? I know you were contemplating whether you were going to do this or not. I know you were thinking that because it has so many pieces, you didn't think that you were going to work with it. So, did you decide to go ahead and join us in this challenge? Yeah, because this is a solid fabric, and because there are no naps, there are no one-way designs, there are no patterns. I'm going to uh, maneuver this and utilize as much of this fabric the best way that I can. All right, so I want to hurry up and get this cut out. I don't want to keep you all too long. Anybody else going along tonight? All right, so that's the front. Is this the front? No, that's the back. That's the front. Now, because the pattern pieces have like these, like they shape like this, uh, fan out at the bottom. I want to make sure that I lay this out the best that I possibly can. You know, these weights right here I got from Yes I Made Them. I think it's Yes I Made Them. Yes I Can Sew. Bianca. I got these probably about 2, maybe 3 years ago. And she was so awesome. She sent me an extra with our logo on it and one with my business logo on it. So I thought was awesome. I have to make sure that I add her link in the comments at a later time. I know there are some other sew-alongs going on tonight. I think Carmen is doing a sew-along right about 8 o'clock tonight. So y'all make sure y'all check that out if y'all not still here. If y'all have any questions, if you are sewing along, you have any questions tonight, as far as where you are, let me just move this over here. As far as where you're working at and how you're coming along, let me know. Hey, Erica, how are you? All right, so what about a solid jacket and line of car pants? Yeah, I'm actually now the car pants. No, that might work. That might work too. But you know, somehow has anybody? I think Carmen when she did this, she did a different pants, even though it was a straight leg pant. Or she could have done the same type of pants. But somehow I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna think. I think too much. That's how I end up changing stuff up. That's how I think stuff. That's how I switch up stuff all the time. I can't commit. No. All right. So Gwen says I had to finish my shirt and I have the buttonholes to do. I would do the 80-69, but with denim in our car. That's my vision at least. Okay. But you say you did finish the shirt. You have to finish my shirt and have the button. Or is it the shirt that you were talking about with the plaid? All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get through this by using my rotary cutter. Uh-oh. And remember when I was cutting the pattern pieces out, I realized that I didn't have my size category, so I'm using the size 16 on this one and praying for mercy from Puss in Boots so that it can work. Now, what I'm going to do is add a little bit to the side seam. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit. And I'm actually making sure I mark the notches. I know this is crazy, y'all, but I did not want to have to cancel this live out. But I was trying hard, y'all. I was trying to get this made. Oh, okay. That didn't even cut. Oh my goodness. I hate when there's little nips. And I just changed my rotary cut, my blades out. You say, yeah, those checker squares, I need to make buttonholes. Okay. Well, don't forget to share those with us. I don't know. Are you inside the So Much Talent group? Make sure you share those with us so we can see what you're working on. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't like being on a rush. If you've already made it, let us know how yours came out. Let us know what your pros and cons are about this. For the most part, everybody that's made this loves this top and loves how it came out. So I want to love it too. Let me get this. Fabric keep creeping up. Do it this way. Some not gonna come out right. I think I need my other rotary cutter. All right. Well, one piece cut out. You said you requested, but I haven't been accepted to the group. I think it. Did you request it today? There's a Gwen. Come to think of it, maybe that was you. I did that before I came on. I didn't realize that was you. I don't know why I was thinking you were already in the group. But yeah, check it. Check the status of it now. But I'm pretty sure if that was you, you are in there. The only thing that I don't like, I like the rotor cutter. I like the quickness of it, but I don't like how it moves your pattern or your fabric. You have to really be watching that. You definitely have to make sure that your pattern pieces are cut out like almost close to the head. So it just right. If y'all haven't already done so, go ahead and share this out. Some may not have clicked that little button to get the notification that I'm live, but if they haven't, I'm not gonna hold it to them. All right. So I also like to mark where the little button, the center front is as well, so I know what I'm working with. All right, and I'll go back and make sure that I mark the little placement marks. All right, so that's another piece. So what I may do, just the basic stuff that I can get cut out now. So that's two of the front pieces. This was, I think, the center back piece, I believe. So y'all heard Dee say this was quick to sew. Love the 3 3/4 weight, 3 3/4 pound weights. I bought 6 of them years ago while I carry some now. The heavier weight holds the fabric when cutting the rotary. Yeah, and you're right about that. Where can I find the one? It looks like a meat press. It's probably rectangle, has a handle on it. Where do they sell those at? Is that sold through Wawa? Because I would love to have one of those. That looks real heavy, but that makes sense to have a heavier weights. Yeah, I'll be having weights all up and down. I try to use as minimal weights as possible, but sometimes that ain't possible. All right, so this continuous loop, I want to say, I didn't look at it good, but I'm thinking maybe right here at the sleeve is where this continuous loop right here plays a part. So I'm going to hold that to the side. I'm going to pin that to my hand and come back to that later. Move this out the way here. So how is this with your, for those of you that do this a lot, how is the rotary cutter with your wrist? Is it better because I feel like I'm pressing down a lot, pressing down heavy when it comes to these rotary cutters. So I was just curious, does anybody deal with carpal tunnel or anything like that when you're working with these? Or maybe I shouldn't be pressing down too hard. Maybe that's it. Yeah, and if you see me cutting off seam allowances, because when I cut a pattern out, I don't cut. You know what? Yeah, I don't cut. I don't save the sizes. I don't make copies. Probably I should. That's a good habit to have. But I don't. All right, so I'm gonna add probably about an inch to my side seam only. Just to my side seam, not to anything else. That way I'll have something to work with if I need it. So just adding to my sides, y'all. This may just be a wearable muslin. Oops, I almost messed up. I almost cut the notch. Hey, Miss Lynn, Miss Color Lynn, how art thou? Michigan in the house. Thank you for joining me, Miss Lynn. It's great to see you. You say you have an ergonomic Fiskars rotary cutter. Also, the extra good expensive blades are truly better. Okay, so tell me about the extra good expensive blades. Because I'm using, I think I'm using Fiskars on one, and I had a black box, the titanium. I had titanium in one. So I think the titanium coming in a black box. So yeah, tell me what's the good extra expensive ones, so I know what to get. All right. Okay, so this right here. I hate when I'm ready to pull this fabric up, and there's one little piece of string still tied down. Don't that aggravate you? That don't aggravate y'all? Aggravate me. If there's anybody who would like to come in the room, let me know, and I have the link. I can invite you and add you in. I'll be happy to. Not last week, but the last time I had a guest, I had Diane Diamond with her dog. She joined me in the room. Lynn says, doing okay, summer room, not AC, but I have a deadline. Okay. Look, I know what it's like not having the AC. Sometimes I forget that I have my vent blocked off because when I'm in here, the fan blows and it blows my papers and stuff because it's from the ceiling. So I have to shut it off, and sometimes I forget I have it shut off, and I'll be melted. Sadly, they are $20 each today. Years ago, I got them for 12 each. I saved the sizes and trace. Oh, okay. This guy got them for 12 each. I saved the sizes and trace on the fashion fabric with Sarai chalk. Okay. I do. If I think I'm gonna use it again, I'll try to save it. Or but like if I get it, and I know it's sad to say, but if I get them like for $4.99, $5.99 when they're on sale, then I don't worry about trying to save them. Hey, Life 50 plus. Um, do you have to add to sleeve pattern too since the side is a little bit big? Yes, ma'am, I do. Or at least that's what I plan on doing. Because if not, it's not going to fit in there. But if for some reason the arm is not as big, I don't need as much room, I could always go in and take it back out. But yes, I do try to add as much to the sleeve seam allowance as I do to the side. I guess the titanium blades last longer, and it's when the blade get dull that we push harder and hurt our wrist. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let me put this back over here. And I'm trying to get this cut fast so I can at least start some sewing. But I'm enjoying the conversation. If y'all have questions, for those that have already sewn this, feel free to chime in. Let us know what your experiences have been like. I would love to know what fabrics you chose, and what fabrics you're working with, and what's your time. What's your Let me make up a word here. Your ETC, your estimated time of completion. Let me know what's your timeline looking like. I want to be able to get something done in time, on time, for one. All right, so I'm working with the back here. I want to at least be able to get something done in time. Uh, all right, so if you're showing it, you might not be able to show it on here, Lynn. I don't know, but if not, if you can't make it, if you can't upload it here, definitely upload it inside the group so we can see your cutter, because I would love to see it. And Erica, also, I don't know if I know you taught for a long while. I don't know if you even work with rotors. Do you prefer rotary cutters, Erica, or do you prefer old school way, the scissors? I was old school way for a long time, but the only thing what I like about the rotary cutters is that you can just cut real fast. You can zip through your projects, because that's the bulk of the time getting things cut out and measured, fitted, and everything to make sure you get everything right for sewing. That ain't gonna work. Try not to let my fabric slip off the table, y'all. So I'm gonna pin it in place. Okay. What do you mean? Oh, don't go nowhere. Stay right there. All right. So you put the link. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna find my larger rotary cut. Let me see where I put it. Oh, right behind me. Yay. That's too long. There you go. It's my word back. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I needed, y'all. I need the big boy. Maybe it's time to maybe it's time to change both of those out already because they're sticking to. Almost feel like I'm repeating myself. That's why I end up pressing down hard because, see what I mean? Just that one little piece, just don't want to let go. All right, Eric said separate rotary to cut out pattern. Oh, you do a separate rotary to cut pattern paper, another to cut fashion fabric. The only way to go. I agree. Now, sometimes I end up cheating, I ain't gonna lie. And I end up, because it's quick and I'm lazy, sometimes I usually use um, one rotary cutter. I try to distinguish between the two. I try not to do that. But if I'm being lazy and in a hurry, I end up doing it, cutting off the pattern. Why is it slotted, y'all? Why is it not cut? Something's going on right here. Felt like it was doing fine, but now it acts like it won't do its own thing. I'm gonna have to put you down. I have to go back to, yeah, my paper got stuck in between. Hmm. I'm getting ready to go back to my scissors in just a hot second. All right. Anybody else prefer scissors over rotary cutter over scissors? You say get that little two-piece sharpening gadget to sharpen blade. I didn't know anything about that. So yeah, post that in the group, Erica, so I can see it. I did not mean fist guard. They are OFA. Okay, they come in 45 and 60 size. I really like them. Okay, so no, I've been using fist guard. I don't think I have OFA, but I have to try. I've seen that, so I have to check that out. All right. So I got that down. So I've got the yoke. Um, don't even go with this. I think this is the cuff for the sleeve. And I think y'all don't let me forget to cut the. Ooh, I think I may have already cut the side seam. Where? Okay, so let me see. What do I have here? What's the front face? And I have the middle front. Oh wait, here it is. Side front. Okay, no, I didn't miss. I thought I messed up and forgot to cut the side a little bit longer on one of the pieces, so I still have these two. I don't have many left to cut out, y'all. Hang on. Fist scars, blue over yellow. Okay, got it. Duly noted. All right, so you love your rotary cutter, Wanda. What's your favorite brand? Do you have a favorite brand? We learned it today, y'all. And as far as rotary cutters, should I be using the 60 as opposed to the 45, or is it based on your fabric? Yeah, I'm a rotary cutter newbie, pretty much so. And so I actually am going to add about an inch to this, so I need that too. I wish I could hit hearts for comments. I miss Periscope. Me too, Lynn. Me too. But you know what? Here pretty soon, I should be able to, like you should be able to send like hearts and likes and stuff like that. Little, uh, I forget what they call it. Super something. Super comments or something. I don't know what they call it. Um, but yeah, you can't like other people's comments on here. You can't even respond to other people. You just have to make like a separate comment. But what I've noticed, if you look on the bottom, you can see the little the lineup for the hearts and the faces. If you click on that, it should allow you to tap your screen, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I'm gonna try my big board one more time to see if it's gonna act right. All right, so where's my pins at? I don't want my fabric to go anywhere. Fiskar is the safest because blade is only exposed with pressure. Okay, however, that 45 millimeter OPA is excellent. Okay, the big ones. I like your answer. Um, I like your answer, Wanda. You like the big rotary cutters like this one. Yeah, this is a 60 millimeter blade, but I think it might be time to get a sharper blade. It still feels so awkward. Um, like I see some people just wield this thing and just is nothing to them. Yeah, I think it's time for a fresh blade. I think that's a 45. I have another titanium blade around here somewhere. So I have to look for it. All right, so this blue handle has 2 settings. Okay, so what do I have here? Oh, this is a OFA. Duh. This is a OFA. This one is a Fiskar. Yeah, this is a Fiskar and this is a OFA. That this one, I think you could change. I don't know if you can loosen it up or whatever, but anyway, I'm still learning these blades, y'all. Lynn says the little one is 28, and I think I got it at Joann's, so I ended up with Fiskar, which was the only one they had in the size. Erica says I have a Fiskar 28 millimeter. I haven't seen a 28 millimeter. I never used. Oh, that must be. It must be like real tiny. What do you do with that? Lynn says my husband and I do musical shows twice a week on Facebook Live, and it's easier for people to interact there. But not everybody is on Facebook. You correct, Lynn. Not everybody's on Facebook. I didn't know you and your husband were still doing your live musicals. I didn't know that. However, I'm not on Facebook a whole lot. I try to go in and check in if I have comments and stuff. I go in and look for them, but I miss a lot of live stuff, a lot of stuff that's happened on Facebook. Usually hanging out on. I messed up, y'all. I messed up. I was supposed to add it. I just said it. I just said it. Okay, maybe I can use that piece for something else. I don't know. But I gotta move this. I didn't add the extra inch onto the side. Maybe I could do this. Nope. I'm gonna do it that way. Nope. Just gonna go ahead and do it this way. Let's go ahead and cut a whole new fresh piece. You love your Kai rotary cut. Now, I didn't know there was a Kai rotary cutter. So y'all keep talking. Y'all keep talking. Let me know. I have the Kai scissors, which I really like those. Right before Miss Linda passed, Miss Linda, the sewing chef, the sewing gourmet cook, she gifted me these Kai scissors, and I love them. I believe it was Miss Linda. Um, that gifted me these. All right, let's try this again. I may have to use this piece for something else. Yeah, it really do help to have your projects cut out beforehand. Makes life so much easier. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do this another way. YouTube is my favorite platform for watching, and I think Facebook and Instagram are my favorite for posting. That's a great way to look at it. Let's see. Lynn says in YouTube, even when I make comments on other people's videos, I get thumbs up, but I can't know who did it. Okay, really hard to interact here. Hey, Tawanda, how art thou? You use Kai rotary cutters. It has two settings, light and heavy duty. I also use O for 28mm to cut out the patterns. Okay, duly noted. And I got to look for Kai rotary cutter. All right, OFA cutters are the color of viscose scissors. That's why we get confused. Yeah, I was just looking at this because I thought this was viscose, but it is OFA, and this is the viscose. Yeah. You love anything, Kai? Okay, I have to check the rotary cutters out, but I do love the scissors. 28mm is great for tiny detailed scalloped collars. That makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna cut my inch out. I did it. There. Okay. I think let me go ahead and change this blade out. I might have to use the smaller one because I'm not sure what I did with my. I'm not sure what I did with the titanium blades. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and change out the small one so I can at least get a better cut. Oh, there it is. Thought I had it up there. So yeah, so that's the titanium blade, but it was for Fiskars, but I'm assuming it didn't matter because I used it for this OFA. Does it really matter? Apparently it did. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. Be very careful. Ooh, it feels heavy too. Well, sir, the blue. You said, well, sir. We have a sir. Who's in? Okay, well, sir, the blue 60, 45, 28 must be the original Kais I've had for years, and the 60 has a light and heavy switch. Okay. Hey, Miss Lynn, Lynn Kid, how art thou? Miss DJ Lynn. Is that my DJ? I have a pair of concealers that are great on slippery dress fabrics. Okay, that seemed really loose. So why? All right, so what happened there? Something's missing. Did I do something wrong? Something don't feel right. Oh, why didn't you tell me I had the blade on wrong? Something's still not right. Why is this so loose? It feels really loose. It's cutting though. It is cutting. That's my DJ. All right. Okay, I can feel the difference in the cut. Yeah. But now, why does it feel loose? What did I do to it? Y'all can hear me cutting the fabric too. I mean, cutting paper too. Why that song come to my mind last night? The DJ saved my life. Well, that's essentially what happened. Mm-hmm. Lynn to the rescue. Yeah, that's much better. However, um, I spent this whole time cutting out. Okay. All right. No, did I need to do that? Because it only allows me to. Hold on. Because I have to push the holes in the right place in order to get the screw in there. Mhm. See if that makes. Oh no, that's it's the same blade. Maybe maybe I'm screwing the wrong side in. Yeah, I don't know why it's looser than what it normally is. That don't make sense. Like it can easily slip back down. That don't make sense. I did, Gwen. I did. I sat here and binge watched it. Now the last couple of episodes though got a little out of hand. I don't know. I don't know how much more I'm gonna watch. But yeah, I ended up. I'm glad to see they got married. I'm glad to see they worked out their issues and stuff. Oh, there's that little piece right there. Now, which side it goes on, I don't know, but that's what the culprit is. I don't know if it goes on here. Okay, yeah, it was missing that little washer. That's what it was. Okay. Note to self, don't forget nothing. Hmm. So I can put you away. Wow. All right, but yeah, I did watch the mini blades work in mini cutters, but not always. Yeah, it was a little washer I was missing. Uh, let's see, Fisker blades do not have notches like Ofa. You can tighten to a rotary cutter. You cried in the last episode. What I'm trying to think. The last episode, what, when they got together, or when he was telling her how much he loved her and that he would spend the rest of his life um showing her how much he loved her. He regretted not seeing earlier on how much she cared about him. That part, I love it. What I thought was funny is that girl who thought she was gonna blackmail her, and I was hoping that she would come out on her own and let them know what she had done, so that girl couldn't get no money. I was hoping that was the way that was gonna play out. I'm trying to see if I can utilize. Okay, I think I can get this piece out of this. Let's save this. Salvage this piece. Anybody else watch Bridgerton? It was sweet. So, all right. So where we at on time? It's almost an hour. Cutting this out. Oh, I'm so sorry. This was supposed to be about sewing. Maybe get a little bit of sewing in. Life is so much better with a sharp blade. Look at there, like butter. She was about, I know it, right? She was. When Penelope took center stage at the ball to explain her truth, she would probably be a better writer than her husband Coleman. Well, you remember he said that he was jealous. I think he saw that, Colin. Yeah, I think he saw that because I wondered, I kind of had a feeling when he started saying that he was going to write a book, and when he was talking with the gentleman, and he said he was going to start writing, I immediately started thinking, oh my goodness, she's gonna offer to help him, and then he's gonna start picking up on it and seeing, oh, this writing seems familiar. But it didn't happen that way. He happened to follow her when she went to go talk to the printer and caught on. But either way, it was good that he found out now. And I'm glad that he handled it the way that he did. All right. So I have to be careful that I like to cut my notches with these, but I have to be really careful that I don't have to cut too much. All right. It's a lot of pieces to this thing. So it's the front face good. All right. In just a second, I'm going to probably stop where I am and go ahead and sew up as much as I can. Wanda, have you already started on yours? Yeah, next month we have our quilting coming up. For those that are interested in learning the quilt or just putting some stuff together, quilting comes in all different facets. Like right now, I'm really interested in that quilting where people create like portraits, like you see like real faces and stuff. They piece together these fabrics for art. That's fascinating to me. Now I don't know if we're gonna do that kind of quilting, but and I might not even be the one doing it. You cutting it out now? All right, good. So y'all cutting along. You cutting along with me? Good. I don't feel so bad. Lady Bridgerton and the brother, can't think of his name. One getting hot and heavy. Oh, listen, he nasty. It's nasty. And I was getting that lady mixed up with the one who was gonna blackmail Penelope. What is? I don't remember her from other episodes. Did she just come on the scene? I didn't really pay much attention to her character or the brother. And then it's nice to see that the other brother that's married to the Indian girl, they get ready to have a baby. And then how about one of the other girls? She getting ready to get married. So interesting. It's a lot going on. I'm trying to cut my thumbs off. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Yes, I just threw my fabric on the floor. Well, I've been doing it the whole time, so ain't nothing new. So I got that. So I usually, all right, so this is the collar. I may go ahead. I'll cut two of that. I'll cut the sleeve and the band out last. I'll cut that out later. I don't know that I'm going to do the hem facing, especially on this fabric. I haven't decided yet. So I have left the sleeve and the hem band and the sleeve facing, but I have the collar. And what else is this? I haven't decided if I'm going to use the upper pockets yet. Haven't decided on that. And this is, haven't decided that yet. And this is the front yoke. So I need to do the back yoke, the front yoke, and then the collar. So apparently this pattern does not have a band, a collar band. Oh wait, that's one other piece. That's the fly for the pants. But I'm not on the pants right now. Bisa Butler for collage quilting. Okay, Bisa. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I want to say, y'all, in the latest issue of Woven, Sewn, not Woven. How many of you still get the issue of Sewn? And I'm not paid to share this, y'all, but I love this magazine. But I want to say Michelle is spotlighting several artists piecing together fabrics and stuff. And this one lady, Renee Salmi, y'all check her out if you haven't gotten that issue yet. Piecing together fabrics, making dolls and stuff out of these fabrics. That her name is Renee Salmi, Saulney, and look at these tall. I won't say they life size dolls, but they're very tall dolls that she's making. But anyway, I was looking at some of her quilt work in the background, and Angela Franklin is another one because I think she interviewed or she did a expose on Bisa Butler in one of her first issues, one of the beginning issues. But this lady right here, Angela Franklin, is another one to look out for. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I think that's just, to me, that's just fascinating. People who can do this, it's just awesome. Look at that. I think it's incredible. So y'all check her out, Angela Franklin. And let me see if where her handle is. I don't know if she usually she has the Instagram handle. Michelle will put it in here. I don't see where you can. I don't see oh wait, Angela Carol Franklin on Instagram. Artist dot Carol Carole Franklin on Instagram. All right, I'll try to remember to put the links in, y'all. I'll try to remember. You want to make a t-shirt quilt for your kids out of their dad shirts? I'm sure they love it. Listen, I did. Do you remember when I did that for my boys when they were younger? Wanda, I know you've been rocking with me for a long time, and I did that out of their t-shirts and stuff and their jeans when they were growing up. So each one of my boys have that just a block quilt. Lynn says, you got that right. She had a show in Chicago during COVID and just didn't have the guts to go with an elderly mom. No shot. Renee is good, but Bisa is out of sight. I got to check her out, but I think I'm going to go back through my earlier issues of Stone. And I do believe that, if I'm not mistaken, she's probably the one that I got introduced to this collage painting by, quilting by. I think she's the first one that I've seen. But I'm going to look for that issue. I want to say it was probably the very first issue. Yeah, I have every issue of Sewn. Every issue. I love it. All right, so yeah, I'm almost done. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Oh, yeah. I have to be careful because the fabric is slipping. All right, so I got one piece that's cut on the fold right here. This is the collar. So I went to go look and see if there was a collar band. If anybody has sewn this, I guess I could just easily look it up. See if there's a collar band. All right, making sure I'm paying attention to how they're placed on the grain. It makes a difference in how stuff comes out. This was the other reason I didn't want to use the print, because I knew there was this yoke in the back, and I didn't even think about the yoke in the front. But all of that has to be matched, and that's a lot of work, a lot of piecing together, a lot of time-consuming matching. All right, so Erica says, I had to do a 2-dimensional art piece, copying a photo with newspaper and magazine clippings. That is hard. I can imagine, because you got to make sure, you got to understand mediums, you got to understand shading, you got to understand colors and lighting and all of that. I get it. I don't know that I could even try it. I mean, that would be a serious project. But for those that have an eye to see that, that's amazing to me. My kids always tell me, well, I always ask my boys, I don't understand, how do y'all hear music? How do y'all hear like the sounds and stuff like that? My both of them told me it's the same way you see fabric, the same way you know how to put stuff together. It's just what you do. And I guess when you look at it like that, it makes sense. All right, so I was only supposed to cut 2 of the yoke. Wanda, are you doing where's my roller cutter? Are you doing the upper pocket, upper flaps? Uh, cut 2 on fold. Right. Yeah, I gotta cut 2. You mean the collar? Yeah, cut 2 on fold. But that's what I meant to look up. And I don't know what I just did with here it is. Trying to see if there was a band for this. Most most collars have a band or stand. That's what I'm trying to say. Stand, not a band. Collar stand. But this appears to not have a collar stand. Nope. This collar is sewn directly onto the neckline, which is a beautiful thing. It's not bad. Okay, I can do with that. I can do that. Seeing light is hard, right? You are absolutely right. All right, so y'all, I'm about to be done with this. So I can take that. Yeah, I'm just trying to guard my fingers. Okay. Life is so much better when you. There we go. Still get the little pieces that don't want to automatically come off. Got that. That's good again. Look, I didn't cut everything out when it comes to the bodice part. Don't seem like I cut out all 6 pieces for the front and the back. Maybe I did. Because there should have been center front, middle front, side front, side, front side, center, middle back, back, side back. Feels like I didn't cut everything out. Maybe I did. And keep my fabric from sliding off the floor. All right. Has anybody ever cut the tips of their fingers off with these rotary cutters? Anybody? I can imagine if you did, that was pretty painful. You will add the flap? Okay. I'm debating whether I'm do it. Got my nail polish. Took it away. All right, let's see here. Something is like that. Okay. All right. Let me taste some more here. All right. And I'm gonna hit the center. Okay. All right. I'm almost there, y'all. Add a stand so that color is more pronounced. Yeah, you got your fingernail? Wow. Maybe on the next go around, because I'm used to a collar stand. So, but on this go around, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it the pattern. Y'all know that's hard for me, right? If I do anything, I'm usually modifying the pattern in some way. And Miss Erica, that probably would have been it. To change, make sure, probably to add a collar stand. All right. I'll get through this. You almost nicked my. That's the one thing they get me. Those little pieces that don't get cut off. All right, so let me make sure I hold on to that because I have one more to cut, right? You in the group? Oh, you're welcome, Gwen. That must have been you this evening. All right. Come on, y'all. See? I don't know how y'all do it. Does the paper keep moving? I don't like my paper moving. That looks funny under this. Okay. Make sure I have no. Make sure the scariest thing is you cutting your fabric and then you realize there's a chunk of fabric under the bottom that was cut out. That didn't happen this time, thankfully. All right, but I do want to nip that so I know that that's the center. I cut a little wedge. All right, one more, and then we can go ahead and start sewing. I probably won't I probably won't add the collars on right now, so I won't worry about cutting out the interfacing tonight. But I do have my machine set up already to sew. So get that done. I'm making sure my fabric don't travel. Okay. There's that. Maybe it's a user error. Do rotary cutters skip? Because I be doggone, there's like a little fiber hair that don't get cut. All right, so let's go ahead and mark that. Mark that. Oh, there was one I forgot to mark. Okay. All right, let me go back. So one said my brother just bought me a pair of Guggenheim scissors. Oh, now I do want to get a pair of Guggenheim. I almost ordered a pair off of Facebook because they had some kind of special or something that seemed real cheap. So I backed out of it. I was like, y'all not getting ready to get me. So I didn't order. But I like them because they look like true tailor scissors. They look heavy and look like I could cut a lot with them. But I didn't get them through Facebook through their ad. A lot of this stuff I won't be trusting. Shirt collars with a stand never sit right on me. I like a stand by itself or a camp collar without one. A stand is nothing more than a narrow mandarin, right? Have you ever had them called? We used to, when I was earlier on sewing, my mother would always call them Nehru collars. But it's a mandarin collar, but she would always call them Nehru collars. So I know some of the stuff we probably say now, people be like, what? What is that? What is a Nehru collar? What is a mandarin collar? All right, y'all. So I got everything done except for the band, the sleeve, and the upper flaps, and I didn't do any of the pants. So I think I got everything. So I'm gonna blank out. Now, I'm not going off. I'm not cutting this off, but I'm blank off so I can transfer over to my sewing machine. All right. And let's see. Got this. Got this. Gotta get my clips. All right. So y'all give me just a second. Yes, Nehru has straight edges at center front. Okay. So what's the difference? Okay, so you say Nehru has straight edges at center front. So the mandarin collar, is it rounded? Oh, I know what you're saying. It has a straight. Okay, I get it. Showing too much. All right, give me just a second, y'all. All right, I am back, and now I'm going. Whoop, now look at my face. I am going to try to get this one set up here. So give me just a second while I get it on. I've got my machine turned on. So I'm gonna get us back over to StreamYard. And I'm gonna join this camera in. Yes, it's a little narrower. I have a hard time saying that word, narrower. All right, come on now. StreamYard. StreamYard. All right. I have to make sure I have all my pieces and everything. Put that to the side. All right, so while that's coming up, this has been fun. I lifted my 2-year-old grandson out of the car seat and pulled a muscle. Oh, the right shoulder's been 5 weeks of pain. I'll drop a stat. Oh, no, you haven't sewn on. That's awful. All right, so here we go. Got to make sure it's set up right. So I'm trying to get it where you all can see it. Okay. So, ooh, y'all got to do something about that. All right, so getting this camera into the studio. So can y'all see that? Oops, hang on. So I get feedback. Yeah, this is funny. All right, so all right, that might be the best we're gonna get for right now. How's that? Did I see the new Bernina? It's ooh, nope, I didn't see that one. So I'm loving my yeah, I'm loving mine too, Erica. No, is that the new one? I know they had some new stuff coming out. I'm pulling my DDL 8700 out of storage next week. Made room for it. I have never sewn on it. Oh, really? So when did you get your industrial, Gwen? And you've never sewn on it? Yeah, I've had Juki now for about 20. Let me see, my youngest son is 25. So I've had my Juki probably for about 23 years. Yeah, I've had 23 years now. All right, so yeah, let me see. I need to do something here. Okay. All right. That's better. Y'all can see that better. All right. The B08 Burnett. Ooh, goodness gracious. Go ahead and say you lying. All right, so y'all, let's get started. All right, y'all hang out with me as long as you can. I won't be here too much longer. Probably maybe another half hour. Then I'll probably quit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bypass the interfacing part because I don't have an interface yet. I'm gonna go ahead and stay stitch the back and the front. So I guess that would be stay stitch in the front section. So that's piece number one. Let's go with that. All right, and I already have my thread on, so I don't have to worry about that. Let me make sure I have all my pieces. Oh, I feel like I don't have everything. So that's we just did the collar. Yeah, I'm just doing a double check. That's much better. Yeah. All right, so I got the collar. This is the yoke, front yoke, and I have the back yoke. I have piece number 11, which is the facing, front facing. Okay, I have the middle front, the side front. I have the middle back, and the side back. Okay, so there's the front. Okay, so I do have all the pieces. All right, it just didn't feel like I did. So I cut out. All right, so, all right, let the sewing begin. Sorry, 22,000. So what'd you say before? Did you say 22,000? Not 22,999. Listen, same difference. $100. Mm, that's a lot. But you know, people are paying that. People are actually paying that, which is crazy to me. Um, yeah, I'm gonna sit that there just like that. All right, yeah, people are paying that. Like I remember this has been what, about 4 or 5 years ago. You know, a lot about having my uh, a lot about having the thread, machine thread. All right, so oh all right. Yeah, I have used this. But yeah, this has been maybe about 10 years ago, I guess, that the regular sewing machine, I guess this was a regular sewing machine, that did everything. Like you can play music, you can record, you can download all of these images on cartridges, like Disney stuff, all of these license things that you can uh, add on for embroidery. At that time, they were like 20 something $1,000. And I'm like, good gracious, that's a car note. You know, at that time, you can get a car for that much. My goodness gracious, who's paying this kind of money? And I can't imagine if it was, I mean, for a home machine, you know. And I'm thinking these are people who are probably doing this as a hobby and they're buying these kind of machines. I couldn't imagine, but I mean, I guess if you, I don't know. Somebody help me. How do y'all justify that? How do y'all justify that? I guess for me, and the reason why I can't see it is because I do basically straight stitch sewing, and I don't need anything more than outside of a buttonhole or something like that. You know, to that's the only thing I really need for a straight stitch or regular machine. But I do everything with my commercial machine. I like the speed of it. Like I saw one machine. I think I saw. Well, I don't think I saw Julian, and I don't know the lady's name that does the Bernina USA. But she was saying that one of the machines was like 16, what was it? I forget. This machine right now goes 3,300 stitches per minute. I think it was like 1,600 stitches per minute. That machine went. My Juki before with the regular motor, the manual motor, it went 5,500 stitches per minute. Outside of that, I can't see. Erica said I used to sell that big Viking, and I would ask people, when are you going to use all those stitches? Just give me a lock stitch. Right, exactly. Just give me a lock stitch. I just need the basics. Now, the thing with this, I think I can tell the difference. One side is a little bit more crepe, pebbly than the other. One side is smoother, so I think I can tell the difference. I fixed my Juki all by myself, cleaning that timing. I have an old white 1419 setup with an old single button hole with removable cams. Now, see, I have an old, is it a Nietzsche or Nechi, that I bought the sewing machine. I bought the sewing machine, the table, it had the manual, it even had oil. This was like a 19, it's ages old. I still have it in my possession. I only paid $25 for everything. I got it at a consignment shop, a resale shop, but they didn't know what they had. And it's a heavy duty machine. It just needs servicing, but it has cams to it, like the designer cams, so you can decide, you can choose different designs. And I had never seen anything like that. Am I doing the right side? Which side? Okay. Doing a 1/2 inch stay stitch. Yeah, it was a beautiful machine. I've never heard of a Nietzsche. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I have to look the pronunciation up, but it's Necchi. Nietzsche. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's an older machine. It's like a workhorse. It's heavy metal, just like this, but it's a home model. The old Singer Golden Touch and Soul had cams. Now I have an old Singer that's like a 1928, something like that. It's in the cabinet. I have it here in my studio now. And it's not even one of the treadle machines, but it I don't know if it has cams to it, but it needs a cord. Like the cord was rotted out. All right, so then I'm gonna add 2 onto this. All right, so what is, all right, the pin middle front to side and to front matching notches. Okay. All right, so those are the front, that's the front piece. Or is that the front? Yeah, now I messed myself up again. Oh, that's why. All right. That's the smooth side. That's the front. I'm gonna need to mark this. The best way to mark it is with some tape. Let's see. What is the stitch per minute on your DDL 8700? The one. Let me go back to here. All right. I think Nietzsche was an Italian-made machine. Yeah, I hadn't even done any research on it. I hadn't even thought to look at it. But I've had this machine in my possession probably about 10 years now. Gwen says, what is the stitch per minute on your DDL? This one, now the stitch, my original motor, it was a manual motor. It was 5,500 stitches per minute. But when I changed it over to a servo motor, I bought my motor from off of Amazon. And I don't know if the motors have different stitches, power with whatever. I don't know. I haven't studied much about the motors, which I probably should have before I bought it. But it looks like this sew's a little bit slower. And I want to say this one is about 3,500 stitches per minute, which is still not bad. But when you used to sewing real fast, used to making that machine hum, it's not, it does what it does. And I'm grateful. But I can tell it's not the same. It's not the same. It's just not the same anymore. But it's okay. I imagine that I could probably get another motor. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the sides. All right, so I brought my clips over here, but I use these. I used to grab from my machine. I don't know if you can see, I have a little magnet here with my pins. The bad part about this is that it magnetizes everything. Oh, wait a minute. Am I putting that right? Let me look at this. That's the side. All right, double check my pattern peeps, y'all. Make sure I had it right. So one side I added notches to the other side I didn't. So as a matter of fact, let me go do that right now. That's the front. Well, one side I did, but one side didn't get flipped. Finish it off. One side didn't get flipped. See what I mean? By the magnet. Mhm. All right. And what happened to my notch over here? What happened? Did I flip the wrong side? Yeah, I might have flipped the wrong side. I think I did. Not paying attention. So no, I didn't. I clicked the right side. I was looking at it wrong. I have to remember this camera. It's so awkward. Yeah, princess scene. And it's got like It's got princess. It's got two seams in the front. It's got the center front. It's the side. It's the center. It's the front, and then the side front. So there's two seams. I should have brought the pattern over here. But it's actually two seams here and two seams here. Yeah, well, I brought my clips up. I'm not going to use them. I'm sewing on I'm sewing on the 3.0 stitch. Not familiar. You said I'm in love with super finish machines. I have a four turquoise aqua machine. I haven't heard of that one either, Miss Lynn. Interesting. All right, so how many of y'all are good enough to sew as you go? I mean, to press as you go. Y'all know that's the golden rule. That's the golden rule. All right, so why is it that, okay, I see it. Come on. There might be a little easing of something in there. Where's that? Okay. I didn't have that pinned in the right place. See, that would have messed me up. All right, so there's a little easing right there in that little small part. Is it stitching? No. I know it sounded funny. That sounded real funny. It wasn't doing nothing. Somehow the stitch, the bottom thread came out. So do y'all prefer clips or do y'all prefer pins or no pins? Who said, Gwen said she never heard of that either. You press as you go? Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Y'all hear my machine rocking because I have it on rollers. So, and what I found out because I sewed and the motion of my machine was knocking the bolts in the back loose, so you can hear it. You can hear it like squeaking. Can't hear it so much. You can hear a little bit now, but it used to be worse than that. Are you still screwing on press feed? Don't forget the spring loaded attachment for the needle bar for quick press foot. All right, Miss Erica, send me a link because yes, I'm still. If I would love any way that I don't have to keep screwing these things on and off. Do you have the Juki? I think you just said you did, or was that Gwen? You said my aqua. Lynn says my aqua white 263 straight stitch is so precise, edging up next to the raw fabric cut. the best. I use a serger from 1986 too. Occasionally, I use a newer machine for limited stretch stitches. Okay, look, nothing like some of these older machines. I mean, the gadgetry and stuff is fine, and they do some unique things. But give me an old machine, give me an old school machine, heavy duty any day. Just give me straight stitch. If you're into, it's good if you're into all of the gadgetry and all the other, bells and whistles. But I don't do all of that. Like the embroidery, I don't do embroidery. I don't do a lot of that stuff. So a lot of that really don't mean a whole lot for me and what I do. Um, but I'm sure it can come in handy. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I'm looking forward to finishing this. Uh, you like clips better? Go in. You can sew knits with a lock stitch by gently applying pressure in front and in back. Uh-huh. I do sew my knits on here, and I do. And what I found out too, Erica, the thread makes a big difference. Like I've found now, I used to all the years that I've been using my Juki, I've used Maxi Lock thread as my main thread, and it never breaks. I've never had a problem. But now I found as it's getting older, it's getting finicky with the thread. Like it has to have like either Gutermann or Metrazine or like the dual duty, Costa Clark dual duty. But this serger thread, like I can't do a whole lot unless it's cotton. It won't allow me to do a whole lot with that thread. It like puckers, it breaks. So I have to be really careful with it. You have the 8300 DDL lock stitch and 6710 series Juki. See, I don't have the industrial serger. I wanted a Juki industrial serger. I had I had, and she's still here. The MO64DD is more or less the home model, but I wore her out. She's like, girl, I can't go no more. So she stopped on me in the middle of a project. I was almost at the end. And she said, you inherited Nietzsche, but it wasn't worth fixing. Oh, adding a servo to a non-servo machine is often not satisfying. Well, this one you could add, they could change out the motor, but I think mine was just, it needed, it runs with good power, but I was used to just going, you know, I was used to the speed on the other one. And so when I got to sewing, it almost felt like a home sewing machine in a way. All right, so with right sides together, pin side front to middle front. Okay, so we pin 3. Ooh, I think I messed up, y'all. Did I mess up? No, I did. What did I? Did I? Okay. Yeah, I thought I messed up. I didn't. But I do have to make sure that both pieces are clear. Yeah, keep me track on time. About 5 more minutes. Where's my cut scissors? They clip better. Okay. All right, so that's the center front. So that goes to the center. So I'm matching up. Put a pin here. Just making sure to match up the So what I'm adding on now is the side front. So I got the front on and the center front. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's the middle. Okay. But to make sure, that's why it's so important to make sure you add those notches on there, notches and matching points, placement points. Because if you don't, um, your project won't come out right. You'll be sewing and thinking you're just lining everything up right. You end up with one piece longer than the other and wonder what happened. All right, so Erica says, oh, let me see, let me go back. Oh, Erica said, nope, let me go back. Sorry, y'all missed a lot of comments. Do you clip your curves or princess seams? Not before I stitch them. I'll clip afterwards as needed. And if I need to, because most times I can ease this in, or like I think it was Miss Erica was saying earlier, I manipulate manipulate my fabric to fit, like right in here. Like you see how there's a little gaping right there. There's a little bit more. So what I'll do, I generally, depending on what size it is, what side it's on, I will lay the side that has more fabric. I would lay it on the bottom, stitch it from the bottom, so that the bottom will feed faster. But in this case, because I want to keep sewing from top to bottom, I don't want to sew from bottom up because that would distort the stitching. It will start pushing more fabric to the top, and it just won't come out right. So it's best to sew in one direction um, the entire project. So with that being said, this is on top. So what I'm going to do is just force that to fit, and I'm going to manipulate the fabric as I sew to make it fit in the space that it's in. The other one though, I'm going to actually sew with the more fabric on the bottom. So you'll see the difference. You'll see me. I'll get ready to do it in just a second. Uh, this piece right here, I'm going to sew with the more fabric on the top. So I'm going to kind of manipulate this so I can get that in there. So right here where the curve is, I'm going to make sure that this seams are lined up and the edges are lined up. So I'm just going to kind of pull on this to make it fit. So you notice I have my pins where the notches are, so that way I won't go past. Everything is fitting within that space of the notches. Try to keep my needle down so as I maneuver it, the fabric is not moving. That didn't matter. So that help me get around that curve. All right. So it's like a V8 and a Chevette or Pinto. The servo motor, right? You use glide thread. You use glide thread for what, Gwen? All right, so see how that came out? So you can still see that there's the more fabric on the top, but I've got the stitching in there without any pucker. I don't know if you can see that. So there's no puckering. Everything is in there smooth. And there's no gaping, no gathering, no bunching or anything on either side. So I will go in and I will clip this. I will clip this so it'll lay straight when I press it flat. So I either press it flat or either press it to one side. I generally like to lay my seams to one side. It's better to press them flat and open, but I don't think that I'm not going to line this, to be honest with you. So I'll probably press them. I'll probably trim the seams real low once I fit it, and then I will serge the seams real close to the stitching, and then I'll press them one side. All right, so that's with me stitching from the top with the fullness on the top. Now, this one is with the fullness this one's going to be with the fullness at the bottom, under, closer to the feed dogs, if that makes sense. Eric says I use Gutermann. The industrials are very sensitive. Yes, I found that out. My machines are in the basement, and the tension must be adjusted on humid days, even though I run a humidifier. Wow, that's something to think about. Gwen says I have my 25-year-old Elna Surger, and she is still banging. I I think I told you a story how I messed up my Elna straight stitch machine. And I hate it because I loved her. She was a home model machine, but it was gifted to me by a client. And she was a little electronic machine, but I loved her. Like, she made stitches. I loved her stitches. And she just got busted. I hated it. Wanda says, I gave my mother-in-law's Nietzsche to my daughter. Oh, wow. You would be surprised at how loud domestic surges are compared to industrials, not to speak of the speed. Listen, I love the speed of an industrial, and I love to hear it. I love to hear it going. Like, usually, the the industrial surges sound like a little pig going, but I love to hear it because that means it's working. It is working. All right, so I'm pinning this. I'm pinning this in all the key places. Like, I'm making sure I'm pinning it at the notches. All right, so you can see now that the fullness is at the bottom. See that little, you can see the fullness right there at the bottom. So I pinned at the top where the top meets. I pinned the first notch and I pinned the second notch. So this is all in between. And so then what I did was found the middle part, the center, and pinned the center between the two notches together, so it'd be easy to manipulate or distribute the ease. And then right there where it curves at, I make sure that falls in line, both pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and pin right there where it kind of curves in at. So that's just helping distribute the fabric evenly. All right. All right. So Erica says, ladies, put those old pinking shears to work for clipping and notching. Listen, I got mine right here, my handy dandy. I use these when I'm clipping collars and stuff because you can't see the pinking. You can't see the teeth, the jagged edge. So I use these on my collars and stuff like that, places that I can't see when I'm clipping curves and stuff. So I concur. They come in very handy for just that purpose, because you work smarter, not harder. Because as you're clipping, as you're cutting, they're clipping at the same time. So making sure I'm getting that stitching in there. Okay, see how that little, I don't know if you can't see it past there. There's a little piece that's sticking out, so I gotta make sure that my edges of my fabric line up together. And okay, got my needle in there, got it down, so that way when I take that pin out, fabric is not moving. Again, making sure my fabric is lining up on the edges. Because you don't want to find out you got one fabric, you stitching, and your fabric don't line up. That's the worst. You're welcome. What tips work best for you, Gwen? What stood out for you? So, Erica, I was taught to ease the sleeve into the bodice, meaning sleeve on top. Really? Um, See, especially on my sleeves, I like to sew with the ease, the extra at the bottom. However, you can manipulate it, I think, a little bit better when you're sewing on top. But I do like to sew with the ease at the with the more of the fabric at the bottom because I let the machine do the work for me. No, this is a shim sew creative. That's almost a tongue twister. But no, it's a woven. It's a I don't even want to say it's a rayon. It's kind of like a rayon twill, if you will. That was a rhyme. Rayon twill, if you will. But yeah, it's a not a linen though. All right, so all right, so you get the same. Um, so see how all right, see how you have that extra ease right there at the bottom. You still have the same extra ease, but I handle them both differently. But they didn't come out any different, right? There's no puckering, no gathering, no bunching. It's smooth sailing. So it has a lot to do with the fabric too. And even once you press it, it's going to press even better. All right. So that's why pinning, I don't like to pin, but there are times where pinning is necessary for me because it just makes life easier. All right. Um, for instance, for sewing construction and bag making. Okay. Mm. All right. Oh yeah. That is perfect. Yeah, so nearly always press as I go. My mother taught me to sew, and she was the ironing champion of Minnesota in 1951. Yeah, that's all we learned. That's part of the old school way. Press as you go. Press, sew and press, sew and press, sew and press. And so like I said, I have owned 3 pairs of pinky shears, and not one of them was good enough. What brand do you have? I want the ones that will be consistently good, even if they cost. I'll say. Wanda says, I've started sewing on industrial machines in high school, been with them ever since. I know, right? Like when you do sew on these, your machines they don't even measure up. Like I don't know about the newer machines now, but sewing on an industrial and you try to go back to just a regular, like the Singer sewing machine that everybody has, the little gray one. It's like sewing for a child, sewing on a child's machine. Like I said, I was gonna give that to my 5 year, well, she'll be 5 years old soon, but I'm gonna. I told her that's gonna be her machine. But I work with it and I use it because it is a heavy duty machine, pretty heavy, and I use it for buttonholes and things. That's all I have it for, buttonholes and different stitches that I might need, and for stretch, sewing stretch fabric when I need to use a stretch stitch or the zigzag stitch. I like that machine for that. Um, Lynn says, bought my Elna L4 Surge in 1986. She's 38 years old. Wow. Okay. So Lynn says, I'm studying machine maintenance and repair. It's really exciting. Ooh, send a link. Send a link. My husband actually serviced my machine, and he's not a machine repairman at all, but he just had the intuition and the wisdom to service this the 2 times that I had them serviced, that they weren't serviced professionally. Here lately, within the last couple of years, I've had this machine serviced twice, just to kind of keep it up because it is getting older. And when I changed the motor, just wanted to make sure the belts and everything was right. But outside of that, I had this machine 20 years, really never had to service it. That was probably not wise on my part, but it has held up ever since. So I swear by Juki. I love anything Juki. Yeah, I love anything Juki. Yeah, I agree with you. Gwen, about those Elmas. I just wish I had not broken that one. Right, when it's lined, but like something like this, because I'm not gonna line it. Yeah, so I agree with you, Erica, on the pink and shears. When it's lined or faced and you're using the pink and shears, you can't see them. You're absolutely right. But this, I don't plan on lining it. I plan on wearing it as a top. So but yeah. So Lynn says this Elmo was the first home surgery they made with 4 threads. All right. Uh, I know, right? That's what I was looking at, Elmo. Elmo. That autocorrect is the monster. I'm telling you. You use Biscar pink and shears. These I've had forever. Like forever, ever, ever. And these are Mundials. So I don't even know if Mundial. I don't know if they're like basic or what. Yeah, I haven't gotten into the study of scissors and stuff. I grab me some scissors. I mean, I know names like shear, what do you call it? Fiskars and what's these other shears? Ginger, things like that. Guggenheimer, High now, those scissors, but I never did get into the study of the scissors. Um, yeah, sometimes penning is necessary. Y'all, I didn't realize all these comments, so I'm sorry if I'm just catching up. Um, but sew as many straight seams as possible before pressing. Right. I do believe in working smarter, not harder. So as many seams as I can get done before I have to go to the machine, I will definitely do that. So yes, I agree, Erica. Yeah, because you can get a lot done a lot faster. But if you have to keep getting now, what I have done is I'll keep like my little sewing pad right next to me. Um, so I made this little this makeshift sewing pad, and actually it was an old. I don't know if you ever seen the old, not needle boards, but the what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it now. Velvet board. It's just a flat piece, it looked like an ironing board on the top, ironing mat on the top, but it had the velvet board on the back, just the fuzzy velvety fabric that you press the velvet into. That's what this was. This was way back velvet board and a velvet mat, really. So I used the ironing part of it and put it on a piece of foam. And this is my ironing mat at my sewing machine. And so usually if I just want to sit here and sew and keep it close to me, I'll use that. But now you can buy the ironing boards um, with the wool fabric on top. Um, Erica says, I took that Singer 4411 to a retreat and the bobbin kept flying out because I was running it too fast. You thought you was working on your you thought you was working on your juki, on your industrial, didn't you? Oh my goodness, Erica, that's crazy. I have had my heavy duty juki for 45 years. Oh my goodness. Wanda, you ain't no more than 45. What you talking about? You can't be no more than 45. But you had your juki for 45 years. You must have been sewing out the womb. Um, Erica says, my Namoto. I can't never say that right. I don't think mine is a Namoto. Gravity. It is a gravity feed, but not a Namoto. Is another room. Is in the other room because I have a tendency to sit too long. So hang on, let me see what it is. All right, so mine is a rapid steam gravity feed. 63, man. You don't even look like it. You do not look like it. All right, y'all, let me see. So I got those seams done. Um, you 77? Wow, yeah, maybe it's the sewing, y'all. Maybe it's the sewing that's got us looking like we look. What you think? So I just turned 56, y'all. Now my kneecaps and stuff like that, my hips, they say, girl, you 56. But yeah, but I don't feel like I'm 56. Y'all, let me make sure I got the right size on. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna work on the back pieces. I got the front together. And before I sew the yoke on and anything, I'm gonna go ahead and um so I'm gonna press and then serge the edges and then I'll sew the yokes on. All right, so what it's telling me for the back. Have you started sewing yours, Wanda? I don't think that I'm going to top stitch on this because of the type of fabric it is. It's not a denim and it's not that heavy of a twill. It's more of a rayon, maybe like a viscose, maybe. That's what this type of fabric is. Tinsel, maybe, is what it kind of feels like. So it's more of a, uh, I won't say formal, but you know what I'm talking about. More of a, mm, it's a nicer weight of fabric. That's why I can say it. So to me, the top stitching will work well on more of a casual type suiting. So I'm not going to put the top stitching on this. Um, let's see. One said tomorrow would have been our 43rd anniversary. Oh wow! Oh my goodness! And I saw just recently. What has it been? 4 years, Erica? I mean, Wanda, 4 years or 3 years since your husband passed? Erica, someone got me through COVID. I never felt alone or depressed. That's good, Erica. Yeah, someone got a lot of us through, and even helping others, right? A lot of people's businesses started during COVID with those doggone masks. I know, y'all, if I don't see another mask, I'm good. Um, Erica says, yo, you live alone, Erica? You still pinning and cutting out pieces? Okay. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Yeah, I didn't know I could. Oh, it's been 4 years. All right. So I got you there. So I can highlight comment. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, y'all. I know I said we was gonna be done at 9, but I want to go ahead and get through the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and stay stitch the back pieces on the fold. And this is the front. I'm gonna mark the front with these pins like this. Well, you know what? I already see the fold in it. I'm stay stitching a 1/2 inch. Y'all hear the machine going? Anybody else going along to this pattern? Let's see if I can grab the pattern so you can see for those that might be watching. Kim, so creative. Are you still on? Let me know where you're watching from and how'd you find out about the sewalong. Okay. All right. So this is what we're sewing along to. Lynn Brannelly's KnowMe 2069. Like I said, so many have already sewn uh, this pattern, and it looks great. So I'm excited about finishing it up. Looking forward to it. Erica, I saw that pink and rotary blade, and I can't remember who showed it and where I was when I seen it, but somebody showed one. I don't know if we. Oh, you know what? I think it was Diana the last video. I think she showed it. Diana Simon, Diana Diamonds, I think is her handle. All right, so what goes on next? So I need piece number 5. Excuse me. Once I do this, once I get these back pieces together, then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. So I think I'm gonna sew the side seams together because I think I'm gonna, instead of sewing the sleeve in flat, I think I'm gonna set the sleeve in. And I may just come back in. I may just come back in the morning or sometime before I go to work to do some more sewing. Okay. Let's make sure these stitches that I have. I'm making sure I'm putting the right pieces together. Okay. All right, so that goes to that. One side has 3 notches and one side has 2. So I have to make sure I get the 3 notches in the right place. Before I start stitching this up. I don't want to end up stitching the wrong thing in place. Okay. All right. That would be cute with an Ankara fabrics to car. See, that's what I was thinking, Erica. Remember when I was mentioning earlier about the pants, and I said, never mind, let me just stick with the pattern. That's what I had in mind. Cigar leg pants, a cigarette leg pants, and heels with this. Because the whole plan was originally, and my good friends over at Instagram suggested that I do the top in the Ankara. The only thing, like I said, is that the pattern has a big print to it, so it's going to take a lot to match that, and I didn't really want to take the time to do that. So I have to use that fabric for something else. But I do have another piece that this top would look really pretty with in those pants, and I've been wanting to make pants out of this piece for a long time. And it's 3 yards of it. See that? And it looks like it has a yellow tint to it. And you can see it a little bit better here. Y'all see that? So I thought this would be really nice too. So I think I may do the pants. Could do the pants out of that. So we'll see. We'll see. Y'all know I keep flip-flopping and change my mind. So by the time this is all done, y'all might see something totally different. All right, cinched and shirted at the ankle. Yeah, that would be really cute. Ooh, like a cuff at the ankle. Ooh, a cuff would be really cute, just like the cuffs on the sleeves. That would be cute. So like the cuff on her sleeve. That would be cute to have a cuff on the pants. Ooh, with a little gathers to it. Oh my goodness. Oh, she'd make a wide brimmed hat out of the Ankara too. Nice. I told my mom. My mom loved to wear hats, and she can wear them too. I said I'm gonna start wearing me some hats. That would be nice. Okay. I see you over in Miss Erica styling. All right, so let me go ahead and get this on here so I can let you all go. Oh, I didn't do that right, and I let the fabric, the thread jump out the needle. You know, I always share this tip that when you are cutting your thread, cut it at an angle. So, who knew that thread could be cut at a point? Who knew? But it makes life so much easier when threading your machine to get it in there quickly. Cut your thread at an angle. All right, make sure. Making sure that my edges stay lined up together. All right, where I need to manipulate the fabric to make sure that they line up. Mhm. All right. So I got that in there. So just a little easing right in there. You can kind of see where it has the easing just a tiny bit. Right, and now I can go ahead and take these out now. So now I know what the front is. Making sure that the notches are matched up. Okay, let's see. What the African print, the Ankara fabric, the one that I showed Gwen, that what you talking about? Thank you. Still have that ancient Vogue hat pattern. I don't want it. You don't want to let it go. You said there's nothing on TV or streaming. I was I was binge watching SWAT. Yeah, I like pop shows like that. I like detective shows, and I like period pieces like Bridgerton. I like dramedy, um, and sometimes I like drama. You know, like um, what else? What am I watching now? I started watching The Resident, so I kind of like some shows like that. If you like Netflix and stuff, or I don't know what the show. I think it's Paramount, but there's a show called So Help Me Todd. That's funny. It's a comedy. I like that. And then, all right, so that's part of the back. I got two more to get on, and then I'm gonna let you all go. But yeah, so I love stuff like that. What is Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna get my number 6 piece in. Mm. What are you all watching? CNN has their Juneteenth celebration with John Legend. Oh, really? Huh. CNN and others at 10 p.m. Okay. We'll have to do that. Y'all, my face is super shiny. It don't seem like it. Um, oh, you guys see me do that. All right. I have to check that out. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Your Honor is a wicked show. Your Honor? Your Honor. Oh, that's the one. Wait, that was crazy. I started watching that and it got weird. Um, but it started off. This is the one where the judge's son hits the person, and he do tell his dad what happened. And I left off at that. They got the where I left off. I'm glad you brought that back up because I was curious as to what happened because the judge calls this black guy in, and I can't remember. I didn't get the gist of what his character was, but he calls him in to help. So I don't know what happened after that because I kind of stopped watching. I kind of forgot all about it. But yeah, that was weird, and I couldn't say I couldn't understand if the boy had mental issues prior to that. Because the show opens up with him sleeping with this girl, and so I didn't get all of that. I was trying to figure all that out. Um, it's on Netflix. Okay, yeah, I started watching that, but the end was the best. Oh, you watched it? You seen that show, Your Honor? Um, all about life's choices. Okay, so how many episodes was it? I have to check it out. Yeah, I have to check that out. All right. So this is a pretty, even though it's got all these pieces to it, it is a pretty easy. So more or less straight stitches, you know. So far, I haven't seen anything complicated about it. I think it's just more or less timing because you have all the little pieces to put together. But as far as being a quick sew, it's fairly quick to sew so far. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo my hair polish. This is time. Sorry for my raggedy nails, y'all. It's 2 seasons. Okay, so I have to check it out. What else is out there? What else are y'all watching? Somebody was telling me on my job today that Jamie Foxx has a movie out, or a show, or a dramedy, um, about kind of depicting on what's actually happening now, real life. They cloned Tyrone. Has anybody seen that? Any insights on that? Yeah, I try to sew with less pins as possible. Like these are, I don't have any reason to be concerned about on this. Okay. All right. So that's the front and the back. So I am going to go ahead and stitch the back, the front and the back at the sides, because I am going to set the sleeve in as opposed to sewing the sleeve in flat. Or rather sew it in. It's on your list. It was okay. You binge watched it. Couldn't do anything with pain pills and heating pads. I'm not laughing, Miss Erica. You so funny. Mm-mm. All right. Sewing is so satisfying. I am still working on my shirt dress, y'all. I haven't forgotten it. I'm still working on it. I'm just trying to keep my promises and keep my word with these challenges. I think I mentioned this the other day, yesterday, I think, but I said that I didn't sew more than one project at a time, because that came up in like one of the I think it was an Instagram question or something. Does anybody ever sew more than one project at a time? And I think I said no. I have to sew one project at a time. That's a big lot. Yeah, I mean, I've got like two projects, two or three projects on the table. Like, yeah, that wasn't the truth. Truth wasn't nowhere in that. And still got okay, so now why is this not coming up? Why is this? Is that? Oh, you know why? Because I'm sewing it upside down. See, that's why you have to pay attention to what you're doing. I was going to say, why is that not coming out right? I was sewing the wrong end. All right. Want to say was outside with my daughter and grandgirls. They brought you ice cream. Oh, nice. What kind of ice cream they bought you? See how good they did. What's your favorite? They bring you your favorite. Someone keeps you sane. Yeah. I love the fact that you can be creative if you want to be. You don't like something on a pattern, change it. Make it your own. There's no set rules in fashion. People try to dictate fashion, what you're supposed to be wearing now, what you shouldn't be wearing. And I think if Lynn is still on here, Lynn will agree with me. You wear what you want to wear. That's why I love her handle, Color Lynn. Just live life free vicariously. Especially when it comes to clothes, when it comes to your style and stuff like that. Another, trying to get you some more light over here. Sometimes it seems like it's going to be light. That's a fine time to put some light on it now, huh? Get over there. Another thing, don't forget to change your needles out. Because after a while, your needles get dull. They'll get a burr. Look what happened, y'all. Well, caught some of I caught a tail end of fabric in the stitching. So I'll undo that. So I was gonna say, be careful. Always be careful that your fabric underneath is not in the way. But make sure that you change your needles out often. You know. They usually say between 2 and 3 projects, but it depends on your project. If you got a heavy project and it's a lot of wear and tear on your needle, make sure you change them out. The needle will get dull, get a burn, and it'll start pulling runs in your fabric. Okay. All right. So that's that, y'all. So I've got the bodice part stitched up, the front and the back, got the sides done. Um, so I'm going to park this here for now. So anybody have any questions or anything before we get off? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this camera. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off. Remove that from the stage. All right. All right, so I thank y'all for hanging out with me. All right, so rainbow sherbet and vanilla. Okay. I know butter pecan is my favorite, one of my favorites, Erica. Hoping sewing and cooking new recipes for myself will ward off dementia and Alzheimer's. Listen, lots of prayer. Rainbow sherbet vanilla. Reading, measuring, organizing, and hand-eye coordination got to be good for exercising the brain. I would think so. Wanda says the vanilla is for root beer floats, and I'll make creamy lemon smoothies. Ooh, sounds good. Have y'all ever had the frozen drinks at Chick-fil-A, like the frozen lemonade or the frozen coffee or frozen something? But all they do is add like ice cream in the lemonade and make it a frozen drink, or they add ice cream in the coffee and make it a frozen coffee. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. Thank y'all so much, Erica, Wanda, Gwen, Miss Lynn, and all of the rest of you. I can't see that's on here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you did gain some tips or something out of it. You know what? Let's see. Hang on. I hope you did gain a tip or something out of it. Let me know in the comments what you learned out of tonight. Let me know in the comments where you are on your sewing project. How far along are you with your top? Jacqueline, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Let's see, Erica says, how about a bottle of limoncello liquor in the freezer? Erica. Erica, you a mess. All right, so thank y'all, and I will post the link when I'll come back in. Hopefully we'll get a chance to come back in and finish this up, or be a little bit further along in the project. Just remember, you don't have to wait on me to complete your KnowMe 2069 project. But my goal was to get through the top and the pants. Might still be able to do that, but you don't have to wait on me to do that. This sew along is just for us, just to kind of meet up, find out where we are, and if you have questions or anything, or to share tips, or you share tips and techniques. Like, I've learned a lot about scissors and rotary cutters tonight, so I thank you all for that. But if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment here. Also, join us in the group, So Much Talent group on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram. You'll see me a lot on the Instagram side. But at any rate, y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all next time.